Hello dear students, in this lecture we will go for the individual drugs belonging to the chemical class of ethylene diamine, ethanolamines and alkylamines. So let's look at the individual compounds of this antihistaminic drug one by one. So let's start with the ethylene diamine class. The single compound which is included in your syllabus is TRIPELENNAMINE. So this is the structure of TRIPELENNAMINE. If we look at the name and the structure, we can guess some structural feature. For example, this T here stands for this toluene-like structure, and this PIR stands for this pyridine-like structure, and this ene stands for ethylene, a 2-carbon chain, and amine stands for the amino group. Its IUPAC name is this one. For nomenclature, we will consider the pyridine ring attached with the amino group as the basic nucleus. So this is the pyridine ring and this is position number 1 while this is position number 2. On 2 position we have the amino group, which is substituted by 2 different groups. One is a benzyl and one is this group which is called as 2-dimethylaminoethyl. So the systematic name is N-benzyl and 2-dimethylaminoethyl pyridine 2-amine. The triplenamine is available in 2 salt forms. One is triplenamine citrate and the other one is triplenamine hydrochloride. It is found that 30 mg of citrate salt is equivalent to 20 mg of hydrochloride salt. Dear students, please keep this point in mind because such kind of question may be asked in GPAT examination. It is found that the citrate salt is less bitter and is more palatable. That means the patients prefer to take the triplenamine citrate salt. This drug is used for the allergic reactions including the sneezing, runny nose and other symptoms of allergy and common cold. The next drug is diphenhydramine hydrochloride. Dear students, you can recall that this drug belongs to ethanolamine ether class of H1 antagonist. This is its structure. For nomenclature, we will select this 2-carbon chain along with this nitrogen as the basic nucleus. So though it is 2-carbon chain, it is called as ethane and attached with the amino group, so it will become ethanamine. On nitrogen we have 2 methyl groups and on second position we have this diphenyl methoxy group. This diphenhydramine is very well known as Benadryl. You may heard many a times Benadryl cough syrup. Lot of advertisements are there regarding Benadryl cough syrup. So Benadryl consists of diphenhydramine hydrochloride. It is available for both the geriatric and the pediatric patients. This is its systematic IUPAC name, 2-diphenyl methoxy N-dimethylethanamine hydrochloride. This drug is also used in treatment of seasonal rhinitis, urticaria and dermatosis. The common side effect associated with diphenhydramine is drowsiness. It causes a strong sedation effect. Therefore, it is used as a sleeping aid in OTC product. It is available on the counter as a sleeping aid. So though diphenhydramine has this side effect. It is available in a different combination form. So let's look what it is. The next is dimenhydrinate. It is nothing but the salt of diphenhydramine with 8-chlorotheophylline. This is the combination of diphenhydramine, means this structure which we have just undergone, and the 8-chlorotheophylline. Dear students, 8-chlorotheophylline is a CNS stimulant. So to counter the action of diphenhydramine, a CNS stimulant like 8-chlorotheophylline is made in combination with diphenhydramine to give us dimenhydrinate. This drug is recommended for the treatment of nausea associated with motion sickness and pregnancy. Many times during traveling, many people are suffered from this motion sickness. So dimenhydrinate is a good choice for relief from motion sickness. The nausea associated with pregnancy is also treated with dimenhydrinate. The next drug is DOXYLAMINE, which is available as its bisuccinate form. The DOXYLAMINE also related with the ethanolamine ether class. Here, one of the aromatic ring is a pyridine ring attached with its second position, and a methyl group is also attached over here. It is a potent nighttime hypnotic, and this drug is used for treatment of sneezing, the runny nose, and the other symptoms of allergy and common cold. The next drug is DIPHENYLPYRALINE hydrochloride. This drug has this portion, the diphenyl methoxy portion of diphenhydramine. The carbon chain with nitrogen is now became part of this heterocycle. It is a piperidine ring. So for nomenclature, our basic heterocyclic nucleus is piperidine. This is position number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So on position number 4 we have diphenyl methoxy followed by the name of this basic nucleus piperidine, where the first position also bears one methyl group. This drug is also used for treatment of hay fever, food allergies, dermatitis and some allergic asthma conditions. The next drug is CLEMASTINE Fumarate. This drug is available in its fumarate salt form. That means the base, the CLEMASTINE base forms salt with fumaric acid. This is the structure of CLEMASTINE. Just look at the name. This Cl stands for the chlorine. This Me stands for this methyl. And CLEMASTINE also belongs to the same category, that is ethanolamine ethers. Here one of the substituent on the carbon is a methyl group, and instead of piperidine now we have a pyrrolidine ring attached with a methyl group. If you look at the structure very carefully, you can find the presence of two chiral carbons. One is this one and the other one is this one. Chiral carbon is that carbon which is attached with 4 different groups. For example, here this is attached with 1, 2, 3 and 4 different groups, and this carbon is also attached with 4 different groups. 1, 2, 3 and 4th bond is with hydrogen. So both are chiral carbon. That's why this compound is available in its isomeric form. Now it is observed that out of the levorotatory and the dextrorotatory, it is the dextrorotatory clemastine which is therapeutically effective. Now here both this chiral carbon have the R configuration. Dear student, this is also a question of GPAT examination. So please keep this point in mind that both the chiral carbons of clemastine have R configuration. Though we are using the pure isomer, there is an increased duration of action which is about 5 to 7 hours. This compound is also used for the same allergic and the common cold conditions. The next drug is CROMOLYN sodium. Dear students, this compound belongs to the class of the drug which inhibit the release of histamine from its storage vesicle. So CROMOLYN sodium is considered as a mast cell stabilizer. This compound, CROMOLYN sodium, stabilizes the mast cells of the bronchia and thus inhibit the release of histamine from such mast cell. This is the structure of CROMOLYN sodium. The sodium stands for the sodium salt. It is a bis salt of this 3-carbon alcohol which is called as propane 2-ol, or you may call it 2-hydroxypropane. On position number 1 and position number 3 we have this substituent and this substituent which are exactly similar. So for this similarity we will use this nomenclature 1,3-bis. On second position we have a carboxy group, so it will become 2-carboxy. The heterocyclic nucleus present is called as chromone, which was attached with oxygen at position number 5, so we will call it 5-aloxy, and followed by the name of the parent chain 2-hydroxypropane. Dear student, this drug is used for treatment of bronchial asthma and for prevention of exercise-induced bronchospasm. Some of the time we may feel that during exercise there is shortness of the breath. So if the shortness of the breath is for long term, such kind of patients are advised to take CROMOLYN sodium. The CROMOLYN sodium can be used in the form of nebulizer and aerosol. This is the picture of nebulizer which has to be kept like a mask on the nose, and this is the picture of aerosol which has to be taken through mouth. The next drug is CHLORPHENIRAMINE Maleate. Now CHLORPHENIRAMINE Maleate, as you remember, belongs to the chemical class of alkylamines. Alkylamines where the X atom of the general structure is now replaced by a carbon. So this drug has the salt form with maleic acid. So that's why it is called as CHLORPHENIRAMINE Maleate. This drug also has a chiral carbon. This one, which is attached with 4 different groups, 1, 2, this one is 3rd, and the 4th one is hydrogen. So this is a chiral carbon, that's why this compound exists in the isomeric form. It is observed that it is the racemic form, that means the mixture of dextro and levorotatory forms which is having the therapeutic effectiveness. The IUPAC name of this compound considered by taking this 3-carbon chain along with this nitrogen as a basic nucleus. So it is a 3-carbon chain, so we will consider it as a propane, and attached with nitrogen it will become propanamine. So the nitrogen is attached on position number 1, so we will call it propane 1-amine. So it will be number 1, this will be number 2, and this will be number 3. So on 3 we have this 4-chlorophenyl. Again on 3 we have pyridine 2-il, because this pyridine ring is attached with its second position. In case of heterocycles, the number starts with the heteroatoms in most of the cases. So this will be number 1 and this will be number 2. So the systematic name is plus minus, that means it is a racemic mixture, 3,4-chlorophenyl NN-dimethyl 3-pyridine-2-il propenamine. Now it is found that the maximum activity of chlorpheniramine is due to its dextroisomer, and the presence of chlorine on chlorpheniramine increases the activity by 10 times. So that's why this drug has a long duration of action, and this drug is used for mild seasonal allergies. This drug possesses mild sedative effect as compared to the ethylene diamines and the ethanolamine ether class. The next drug is TRIPROLIDINE hydrochloride. This drug, if you look at the name and the structure, the T stands for once again the toluene. The PIR stands for this pyridine ring, which is attached with its position number 2. This olidine stands for this pyrrolidine ring. Dear students, if we look at the structure, we find the presence of double bond between carbon number 1 and the carbon number 2. Whenever there is a double bond, that means there is the existence of geometric isomerism. That's why triprolidine is available in its 2 isomeric forms, E and Z. So the therapeutically effective triprolidine has the E configuration. Now this is the carbons, this is 1 and 2 carbon where the double bond is present. On this first carbon, the 2 groups attached are the pyridine and the phenyl ring attached with a methyl. On this carbon we have 2 groups, out of which one is hydrogen and the other one is CH2 along with a pyrrolidine ring. So here this pyridine and this pyrrolidine both are in opposite positions to each other. The pyridine ring is above the plane while this pyrrolidine ring is below the plane. So both are in opposite positions to each other. That's why triprolidine has the E configuration. So the systematic name of triprolidine is E2, that is 2. On 3 we have pyrrolidine, 1-il, again on 1 we have paratoluene. This 3 carbon chain is containing a double bond, so it is propene and is attached with the position number 1. So it is called a prop-1-enyl pyridine. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that E isomer is more active than the Z isomer. The next drug is phenindamine, which is available as its tartarate salt form. This is the structure of phenindamine. As the name indicates, this phen stands for the phenyl and the inda stands for this indane-like structure, which is fused with a 6-membered ring containing a nitrogen. This phenindamine make a salt form with tartaric acid. Now this drug is used for treatment of common cold, sneezing, itching and rashes. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.